What's going on, world? DS1ROSS, and I'm back. Shout out to the Alliance, and I'm back here with a great friend, an honorable brother, here with my brother Israel Doctrine, and we here today to have a conversation. Is Hassan Poppy Campbell an activist or just a charlatan? This is a question that I pose because lately, with all the things that we've been seeing here on YouTube going on with this brother, with the back and forth and the bickering, between him and other folks, and just from my opinion, I've seen a lot of discrepancies. I've been noticing his message is getting a little watery. So, I brought my brother on today, and I'm gonna be here. We gonna chop it up. I'm gonna ask him a few questions, because I see, you know, he has gotten involved with this whole thing because he was put into it. So, I definitely want to get his take on this whole thing that's going on. So, of course, welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1ROSS. My special guest tonight is Israel Doctrine. Shout out to the people coming through. When you come through, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button, family. But tonight, we will be talking about, is Poppy an advocate or an activist for pedophilia and child rape, or is he just trying to get some bucks out of it? Because it's a hot topic. It's a hot topic. I just was watching the show before I loaded up my show, and they were talking about the same thing. So it's a hot topic. And with hot topics, you get a lot of AdSense. So we just here to talk about that tonight, family. And without further ado, I'm gonna introduce my brother Israel Doctrine, the Sheep Stay Sleep TV once again. He's definitely not a stranger. So what's up, bro? Sheep Stay Sleep TV. You muted, bro. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, OG. You muted. Unmute yourself. You muted. Unmute yourself. You muted, OG. Okay. So I see my brother having some technical difficulties. So we gonna wait for bro to come back. But like I was saying, tonight we just gonna chop it up about this because we cannot, you know, we can't have people, playing with things that plague our community. We can't allow any more charlatans to be lingering around us and sucking the energy and the life out of what we call a community. You know, we have to safeguard our community from these types of people, because it's too much of them. It's too much of them. So tonight, me and the OG, we gonna chop it up about this because it's a serious topic. You know, a lot of the things that the brothers say, as far as, you know, how many kids are being molested and all of that, a lot of that stuff is true. You know, molestation and these things, these pedophilia, these are real things. You know, these things destroy people, destroy families, destroy lives. You know, these things destroy families for generations. So it's not something that should be taken lightly. It shouldn't just be something you're using as a way to make yourself known. If you want to make yourself known by pushing out a message, you should actually be working with people with this. You shouldn't just be on YouTube making YouTube videos thinking that's going to change something. Like I said, pedophilia is a very big, not only is it a big topic, but it's very controversial because it's something that's taboo, but it's something that's very common. Very, very common. You know, so these things should not be happening. You know, should not be happening. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm just waiting on ID to come back through, you know, so we could get this thing going. There you go.
Yeah, man, I had to get on my cell, man. Peace, everyone. How you doing, man? I hate the fact that my computer is stupid.
You a little low. You could turn yourself up a little more.
No, I don't know if it's gonna echo and stuff, but
Okay.
I just do it like this. Hopefully, the Google Hangout will come back up on the computer.
Well, let me
But
ask
yeah,
people in the chat. Could they hear you?
all right. Am I filling out the screen by putting it sideways like this? I should be back up in a little bit. Man, this thing just freaked out all of a sudden. Soon I got ready to talk. I'm like, what the hell? I'm making too much strong content nowadays. You know, that'll get police out.
Yeah, they saying they could hear you. Some people saying somewhat. Somebody said you're low.
I'll be back up in just a sec. It's popping up. I just wanted to let y'all know I was still here and that at the end of the day, you know, I ain't going nowhere.
Right, right, right.
Sec.
So he'll be back up in a sec where y'all could hear him, you know, extremely clear. So just bear with us, family. Shout out to y'all for coming through tonight too. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Show some love to the brother Israel Doctrine. So what's going on, bro?
All right, peace everyone. How y'all doing? Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep. It's a good title for channel and everything because there's a lot of sheep out here that are asleep, and it's a lot of sheep in wool clothing that need to be put to sleep. But anyway, sheep stay asleep. So, what was the question you was asked right before, or how did you want me to enter into this conversation?
Well, basically, like I was telling the family, was I posed this question because I see that you were put into this whole thing with Poppy and Sinetta and all of this stuff that they had going on surrounding his videos, his YouTube videos, not just about Bam, but his YouTube videos, his recent YouTube beef between him and Sinetta. And I noticed, you know, at one point you were thrown in there. So I wanted to know, how were you involved with Poppy? Why was your name brought up? You know, why was your platform disrespected and all of that? How did you even get involved with Poppy?
All right, well, let me start at the beginning. I was watching Star Chamber when he broke the story with Ron Savage, right? And as he broke the story, it caught fire real quick. There was a brother by the name of Khalil Amani that actually broke the story first on his blog spot or whatever it is that he writes on. He also writes for allhiphop.com, and he writes for DJ K Slay magazine and stuff. He's the one that actually broke it. I didn't see that. What I seen is everything pretty much the world seen is Star broke the story with Ron Savage. Ron Savage was going on TV shows and stuff. And when the story broke, it basically flooded the internet because this is like the father of hip hop, one of the fathers, one of the founding persons, you know, dealing with the breakbeat, the turntables, and everything else. One of the most popular element in his time, you know, the breakbeat and chopping up, you know what I'm saying, turntablism and stuff, right? And then the MC came along, then the B-Born along with that was involved in, you know, people tagging walls and stuff and the elements of hip hop, the 4 elements, which is, you know, bombing, a graffiti, turntablism, MCing, and B-Born. Those the elements, right? So Africa Bambaataa is a foundational part of that, right? With Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash. If y'all watch the Netflix, you know, Get Down, you'll see most of this stuff being talked about, and you'll see them as gods in the sky. The 3 individuals, Grandmaster Flash, Kool Herc, and Bambaataa, it's like gods of hip hop, right? So I heard the story like everybody else. I was like, man, this is some bullshit, you know. So I began to speak on it. Poppy was brought in the mix with Star dropping a video that he erased from his Facebook account. Now, nobody really knew this at first or whatever, but as he spoke, you know, he divulged that information that pretty much he dropped the video first on his Facebook. The Zulu Nation and those that was friends with him saw it. He had to go to the council. He had to sit down at the table with Bambaataa and stuff. They went through some negotiations and everything. He go in a little detail about it, a little here, a little there. You have to piece it all together, which I've been trying to do my best to get, you know, a clear-cut understanding from all the statements he made about it. But my general understanding of it is they came to an agreement that he said one of his brothers that he killed, Zulu brothers, Bam was going to put a tombstone on his grave. He was going to do something for the children and everything. And they came to an agreement. And so he left it alone, not to ever want to deal with it again. He erased the video. It was supposed to be gone out in limbo somewhere, right? Well, you know, once you put something on the internet, it's out in cyberspace. And Facebook has it if you uploaded it there first, or YouTube has it if you uploaded it there. Though you might want to get rid of it, they still have it on their server. So he said, Poppy that is, that this video mysteriously pops up again when Star Run Savage. It's out in the conversation now. Now that they bringing it out and pushing it, his video that he made on Facebook that he tried to destroy after sitting down at this meeting just happened to reappear. Now, this right here tells me that, once again, he did not want to deal with this, and he made agreements with the Zulus and Bambaataa that he wasn't going to pursue it no more. But when Star did that, as he stated in the video, when he's in the park with Sarnetta in the Bronx, right? Bronx River Projects, where he was standing out lately, that they called Star and tried to get the video down. Star said he wasn't having it. He wasn't bringing the video down. So now that's what thrust Poppy into the spotlight. You got to deal with this video and what you said. And then we got Ron Savage out here talking too. So now you got two victims speaking out. Then there was another victim by the name of Charbonne that called in and say he was 17, so it wasn't like, you know, questionable if Bambaataa was molesting him or whatever, because he was almost at the age of consent or whatever that age is. He was like almost 18, so some people might get at a pass or whatever, but he said he was 17. And he's still in his teens, even if you're 19. So this guy called in and say that, you know, he sodomized Bambaataa, Bambaataa sodomized him, he brought a friend about it. So this story is picking up steam now, because you got three people out there, as well as others saying in the background and not coming out, that Star say he talking to, that say Bambaataa molested them. Now, I never say Bambaataa didn't molest them, right? Have sex with minors, same gender sex with minors. I never say that he did not do that. I believe he did that, right? That's not a question with me. As the title denotes and put out there and stuff, is Poppy an activist or a charlatan? It's the question and what came to my mind once I start talking about this story and dealing with it from the jump. I hit Poppy up on Facebook. I think I tried to hit Ron Savage up. I don't know if I actually typed anything into his stuff or not. I can't remember now. But I know I pursued Poppy and asked him if I can get an interview and talk to him. We exchanged numbers. I talked to him, and as I talked to him that day, early in this situation, right, he said, hold up, Sarnetta's calling me. So he get off the phone with me and he started talking to Sarnetta. And I'm like, oh shit, I never get an interview from him, right? Because normally when I talk to somebody, Sarnetta talk to him after me, he tell him don't fuck with me. And that's pretty much what's the situation. It took damn near a year before I could get back in touch with Poppy and get an interview out of him. Now I pursued it a little bit more, but I didn't pursue it hard because I already know he talked to Sarnetta. So when Sarnetta was talking to Prince York, and Prince York was like, I don't know a Poppy, and he was acting like he denied hearing any of these things with Ron Savage and all that. He said maybe Ron because, you know, he's quote unquote the first victim to come out on Star Show and it gained the momentum. But in all actuality, Poppy say it was him that did it on Facebook. And then when Ron came out, his video off Facebook exploded it because people didn't believe Ron Savage, right? So this is what we're looking at. So I'm talking to him. He talked to Sarnetta. We never really get on the same page and do an interview. So then Sarnetta talking about the Bambaataa picture and all of this child pedophilia and molestation similar to York and all of that. And he's saying what he's saying. So I'm like, what the hell? So I go grab my old little flip phone. Anybody remember me with the flip phone? I go grab a little flip phone. I look at the number. Yeah, I got Poppy number in there. It's either the flip phone of my Skype. Whichever one I initially called him on, I looked at it and I said, let me try this number, see if it's still good. So I used it. Poppy showed up. I'm like, what's up, Poppy? This and that. He remembered me. So I'm talking to him and said, man, he got Prince York over there, this and that going on and everything. And he like, man, Cybutter quit playing with me. You know what I'm saying? On some, you know, I already told that nigga I'd kill him or something like that. And I'm like, damn, kill him and this and that. I'm like, okay. So we talking in this strong conversation, strong ass conversation. I'm like, man, this shit sound, woo, too strong for my ears, damn near. And I done heard some of everything. So I'm like, okay. So he like, man, I'm pissed. I could do an interview right here tonight or whatever. You ready in this? And I'm like, whenever you ready. So don't know what happened. We did the interview though. If it was that night or whatever, I can't remember all the details, but we do the interview. Now, when we do the interview, he's in the car, he's talking, and we going through stuff. And as we go through the different questions and stuff that I have based off the prior conversation that I had with him right before the day or earlier that day before, I'm like, damn, this shit kind of watered down from what I was hearing. Now, as I said to another, you know, YouTuber and stuff, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have talked to him before the interview because that's something I really don't do. And if I do, I don't go into all the details that he was giving me because now I'm biased. I heard this, and now I hear you giving the people this. I don't like this. Don't feel right. So I'm feeling some kind of way about the interview. I asked about Charbonne. He kind of jumped over that. He just talked about fucking Sarnetta up and killing them. And then he like, but I shout out to Sarnetta and them and Pharaoh and them for doing this and that. And he trying to get them to get back on the case. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, just be cool, Carl. Ask what you can and get what you can out of the interview. Savage what you can out of the interview. Don't let your emotions and shit get into it. Like, nigga, you really ain't giving me shit. But he was giving a lot. But it wasn't compared to what he was saying on the other end to me. Right? So, interview over with, everything cool. So his birthday come up. I didn't know it was his birthday. I talked to him again. He was supposed to come over. I was like, hey, fuck it. You got my number. I got your number. Go out and have a good time with your family and stuff. We'll talk. We never got back to talking or doing nothing. Right? This is like the second time I was supposed to interview him. But meantime, in between the two, the interview that we had and the one we set up, which he was telling me, you know, I got a lot of stuff going on, this and that. So I understand him not having time or missing an interview. But in between that, he's talking to Kev Gill. Kev Gill is telling them about AdSense and shit. He like, man, all these niggas been making money off me. And they ain't never told me about AdSense. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
So hold on. Let me ask you this. Now, when he's telling you this about the AdSense and stuff, is this a private call or like on a live stream or something?
This is a private call between me and him.
Okay.
You know, I record some of my calls, but not all of my calls. So that right there was not recorded. So there's no proof of what I'm saying about this, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna say if it's proof about the other call or whatever. But anyway, it ain't no proof about what I'm saying here. But he's telling me about the AdSense and Kev Gill, right? And he's telling me, you know, people that made money off of me, this and that, and you know, basically niggas using them. I guess he's thinking about, damn, I went to Sarnetta's and I've been on all these platforms and they didn't talk to me. They didn't give me no loot, you know, because it's coming down to like the Young Pharaoh situation with Sarnetta got all these videos up on 40, 50, 60, 100,000. And depending on, you know, the ads on there is making money, right? Then he trying to brag, talking like I make 20 or 10,000 a month. That make a motherfucker think like, hold up, my videos is making that money for you over there. So somehow or another, with this conversation in Kev Gill, money started working, right? And I'm hearing them talk about it. So my instincts is to tell them, start an organization. If you start the organization and get you some philanthropy going on, you're going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can actually pay yourself out of a nonprofit organization, this, that, and the other, and you're doing it for the kids, something you love, this and that. You done created a job for yourself and other people that want to volunteer, you could put on the payroll and this and that. Everything would create an organization. So I told them basically sit down. You know, I helped you with the logo, find somebody or something. Do the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Take your little time and do that. When you get off the phone with me, do that. I'm stressing to him because I'm somewhat knowing, but I ain't really guiding them through the whole thing. So I'm just telling them, like I would tell a child or anybody, look, fuck what you thinking, sit down, shut the fuck up and do what I say, basically. Everybody know I got that type of mentality, so I'm basically dictating to them, like, sit your ass down and do this. Once you get off the phone, don't fuck around. So he ignored me. Next thing I know, conscious speculation come out, and he's saying scam alert. And he putting Poppy on blast like, hold up, nigga. You said niggas be scamming niggas in this community and con artists and shit, so you should understand that we don't understand what the fuck going on with you. But he wouldn't have had that problem if he would have created the organization and said who, what, when, where, why, and how. He could have explained everything. So now I'm seeing him get at him, and I'm like, oh, shit. He dodged the Tommy Sotomayor shit just a little bit, because the way Tommy came at him, it started questioning, you know, were you liking the shit Bam doing to you, or was you, what the fuck? You was 70, you know, he came at him hard and was on some, nigga, you was in graphic shit. It was like, oh shit, he trying to snatch this nigga heart. So I'm watching the internet beef and war take place. I'm like, he ain't gonna come back from that if he ain't got the evidence of the shit he said. I made a video for it. But he came back with the evidence. I was like, okay, that nigga dodged that. That nigga was trying to, and as I was talking to him, that nigga was trying to fuck up his conversation with Bambaataa the same way Sarnetta did there for a little bit. If you lie on me, then what? How should we believe you in the Bambaataa shit? So niggas is using these angles on him, and I'm like, they fucking this nigga up. He don't know how to really maneuver out here in this YouTube world. And ain't nobody like, come on, Poppy, let me show you how to go through this shit. And you won't know how to fuck these niggas up? I'll show you how to fuck these niggas up. Now, everybody know that I know how to fuck these niggas up. But he ain't listening to me. So I tell him, make the corporation, make the non-for-profit, get into the philanthropy. Then people give you the money. It's simple to track the money and people know what's going on. You tell people what you're going to do with the money. That way, when they start seeing this and that, they can say, okay, this nigga doing what he said with the money. Right? Organize your shit. He go out there as Hassan Campbell and ask for money. Now, the reason he asked for the money is damn near up and grabs. But if you listen to him, he say, I might need lawyers. I might need to move and all of this. But nigga, now you in the Bronx talking about, I got to watch out a little bit. But nigga, I'm on these streets. I'm in the Bronx. I'm around the killers. Well, what the fuck you need to move for? You need to move away from the killers, but then you're going into the killer's backyard. So these are things that make other people ask questions, and it made me ask questions. So
when was the first time did you start to really question his sincerity about him actually advocating for what he say he's advocating for once he started talking to Kev?
Oh, that was good. Good question, right? Where I was finna go. When he did that and went out as Hassan Campbell, and then conscious speculation came at him, and I'm like, man, I told him to do the business. I'm like, this nigga ain't about the business. He ain't about the advocating of child molestation and pedophilia against it, advocating against it, right? I'm like, he ain't about that, or he would have created the organization. Because I'm like, nigga, go get Mike Tyson, go get Kenny Anderson, go get Sugar Ray Leonard, go get shit, numerous of people that have helped you, you know, advocate for this, against this, I should say. I think I'm saying it in a fucked up way, like forward, but hopefully I'm saying it right. I got it right in one of them. It's one of them. So I was telling them, Mike Tyson, Kenny Anderson said his high school coach, Sugar Ray Leonard said his boxing coach, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? You could get superstar support and everything. This shit could be big. You know what I'm saying? Super big, and you can help people get a house and shit. Or run, you know what I'm saying? This the shit I'm talking about. And when he ain't doing it, I'm like, damn, this shit funny. You know? So I made a video after he said Sonetta set him up and shit. And so they beating up on him again and shit. Conscious speculation and hit him. That was fucked up. Now Sonetta hitting him. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga is out here getting fucked up in the cyber community. So I make a video out of love and shit. But it's, you a killer, you a street hood nigga. I'm talking to you like a man over the internet now, because I don't want the private phone conversation shit no more. So I'm like, nigga, go hard or go home. These niggas trying to take your head. You saying this nigga set you up to get you killed, and you steady talking thanks to Sonetta them and this and that, and it's all love. And it's like, how the fuck is it all love and thanks to this nigga and he tried to get you killed? It's mixed message. It's fuck with a nigga head that use logic and reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't on. This shit don't make no sense. Nigga try to get you killed, but you keep bigging him up and thumbing him up. And, you know, he got one of the best yeah, that shit don't work for me. I don't think it worked for none of y'all. So I'm like, this shit ain't right, nigga. Go hard or go home. If you ain't trying to take these niggas' heads off because they trying to kill you, they trying to take you from your children, they trying to do this. If you ain't trying to cut these niggas' balls out, cut their tongue out and stick it in their throat, and then if you ain't trying to do this murdering shit on some least internet shit, nigga, you need to get the fuck off the internet because you fucking up. You got this child pedophilia molestation conversation going sideways. Everybody was ready to say fuck Bambaataa and yeah, that nigga need to be dead and all this shit, to we don't know if he did the shit now. And it's all due to Poppy and all his conversation being so fucked up. So that's when I was like, nah, man, you know, it's like the Sonetta shit. I'm gonna ride hard on you and make you do what need to be done, or question you so bad that when the people look at you, you ain't gonna make no money off this shit unless you real about it. And the people, you know, so the go hard or go home caused him to come over there, and somebody then told him I'm doing a video. He said he support the channel, so he seen the link or whatever. He seen when I did it, but I'm like, nigga, you ain't never came over here when I did shows. You don't support this channel. But he like, you got one of the weakest channels anyway. Your channel weak and shit. And I'm like, oh, now you want to diss my channel. You sound like a bitch ass nigga. And some bitch ass nigga been in his ear or whatever. Either way it go, now I'm going to show you what it do. I'm going to show you that when I want to focus on some shit, tune into the shit, study the shit, dissect the shit, what the fuck happened? And that's what I did. I've been getting numbers and been getting attitude from people and getting people watching and saying, yeah, you right. So what if niggas love me or hate me because they like, how the fuck you gonna go at somebody that's been molested? Well, okay, he been molested, but that don't give him a right to come in the community and do some stupid shit to the people because he was molested. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They don't do that right.
Exactly. And see, my thing is this: if you're an activist, or if you trying to just get your word out there, what does it matter if you think a platform is small or big? The point is just to get your message out there, so the more people hear you, that's what matters. So I don't, once you see, which once you just said what you said about him, you know, saying that your channel was small and all that, that sound like, you know, AdSense to me. That sound like you want to be where you know the money gonna be.
The number said the money, the viewership. But let me just say this. In him saying that, I was like, okay, that's bullshit. But check it out. I'm like, what he failed to realize is how much work I had been putting in from Israel Doctrine to Israel Doctrine Reloaded over that year. And how I was telling people at the end of last year that this is my subject. This is what I want to deal with next year. Fuck Sinetta and the conscious community. I'm going to deal with the Bible and this child pedophilia. So everybody that's been watching me know how much work I done put in, what I wanted to put in, and how Eddie Long, that child pedophile, same gender molester, brought me back to the conscious community to start talking. So I'm like, this nigga is crazy. He dealing with one of the most informed audience about this goddamn subject, right? And one of the most informed people, because I've been watching it and talking about it and documenting it over here. So then the wheels start turning. That's when I started saying, hold up, that nigga was forced into doing this by Star. But he want to act like he just came out and start advocating against it. No, you're a damn lie. You was thrown in this position, and because the Zulu Nation them said you a traitor and a snitch and trying to come at you now, you trying to get other people to come to your aid and say, like, hold up, man, they trying to get me. Come out and tell it. And he putting pressure on niggas. You come out and tell it. And he trying to, you know, make niggas come out. And it's like, I see you now, Poppy. You didn't want to deal with this, but now you trying to make it act like you came out to fight this shit. You didn't come out to fight this shit. You come out to protect yourself, your name on the street and everything else. But everybody did this to him. You know, I'm like, nigga, I ain't touching that shit, this, that, and the other. But see, he had an opportunity, even though Star put that video out there and shit, to say a statement and then say, I'm through with that shit. Put a hoodie on or something and walk away like, hey, I ain't got shit to say. I told them niggas I wasn't gonna say shit. I ain't saying shit. I'm gone. I'm out of the spotlight. But he ain't do that. He went and talked on different outlets and talked and told this story over here, but told that story over there. Told a little this story over here, but told this story over here. And it's like, once people start looking at it and pasting this shit together, what the fuck is this I'm looking at becomes the situation. This shit don't look right. It don't sound right. What the fuck is going on? And that's what he did when he dissed me and my channel. He woke me up like, hold up, nigga. I'm putting this and that together. This shit look funny. Let me go listen to some of the old videos. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you suspect like a motherfucker now. And like I said, a lot of people like, what the fuck are you doing, Carl? So Sinetta the other day make a video and said, well, he ain't Carl over there getting that poppy because he won't come to his channel. Nah, I could have shut up and waited a little bit, see if his busy schedule calmed down and got him back over and talked to him. But the way they was fucking him up in the public, I'm like, man, I gotta force his hand. So that's what I started doing. So he been moving different since then. He's somewhat moving the same, but he went to the Bronx now. I got feet on the ground. I'm really doing this shit. You know, it sound like some Sinetta shit. This the same thing Polite when giving motherfuckers pieces, right? I told Sinetta he need to go to Brooklyn and he need to go to the Bronx. He need to go to Ground Zero. He went there. So what they do is same thing with Tommy Sotomayor. Well, I'm about to go to Texas where the flood at. So these niggas got this thing about them that when they get jammed up in the public, they saying, well, I got a little money, or I got this and that, or I'm in a position. Let me go out amongst the people and start doing some shit and look like I'm amongst the people doing some shit. So he ended up in Brooklyn the other day and talking shit, but he looking and scared and shit. Once again, that's a fucked up move, because if you supposed to be trying to move away from the killers, you don't go amongst the killers. You see what I'm saying? Or yes, you gonna need some lawyers now, because They're gonna say, what the fuck you was doing there if you lived out there? Was you looking for somebody? Or was you looking for the trouble? So yeah, I mean, he's in a fucked up position. And you know, I don't know what to say. You know, the motion then started now. This is a snowball going downhill. And the shit even started with me. I can't really pull the shit back.
So do you feel like at this point, well, if he decided to take your advice and go the philanthropy route, do you think he would get the support that he would have once got if he would have just went full-fledged the
Yeah,
first
I
time?
mean, you still get it because then ain't a handful of people that heard what I said. You know, the videos, I do multiple videos. They got 2 going to like 3. So, I mean, even with that, I ain't got over 10,000 views. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got over 5,000 views. You know what I'm saying? With what I done said and what I did. But see, what happened is the major platforms and everybody that watch me when I go on any type of rants and shit, they feel it. But see, unlike them, they not gonna bring me over there to say, Kyle, what the fuck you beefing with Poppy for? And Poppy ain't gonna come over there. That's another reason I got a problem with him. You come in my chat, you say you got a problem with what I'm saying. I'm trying to throw you the link. You don't come to my chat. But when Sarnetta or Tommy throw you the link, or Kale throw you the link, and all the other people throw you the link, now that's what Sarnetta can probably say, well, he got mad with him because he won't fuck with him. Maybe that's what he was saying. But I try to throw you the link, and it's like you don't want to come in my chat. Because you know if you come over here, it's going to bring spotlight to this. And we can hash it out like men, our differences, and we could have had that talk. But we didn't have that talk. So once I got started, it's hard for me to stop. So I started going in. I know he feel the effects of it because people that are watching, the little 200-300 or whatever, right? They watching his moves now. And so he got to figure out what to do. So, you know, I'm in this group about black people against child abuse and stuff. And I'm in there talking a little bit now about this situation and people asking questions. And they like, why are you? So I'm telling them the same stuff I'm telling you. I'm like, this nigga questionable now. He got to be questioned now. He got to be put before the community like Bam. Like Polite, like Sarnetta, like me, like anybody, that you do something. Because to create a PayPal, the words itself let you know what's going on. Hey, pal, you need to pay me, right? For what? Goods and services, basically. If it ain't no goods and services, then what the fuck we paying you for, right? Or what you got to PayPal for, right? So he's saying, well, I'm fighting against child molestation, right? I'm making videos on it. If that's the case, then I need to be arguing, pay me because I did the same thing. And anybody else that talk about it and make a video on it, you should pay them. If that's the general consensus of why you got to PayPal and ask people, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you say, well, I need the money to move or escape, well, once again, you really didn't have to be in this situation because you could have threw your hoodie on and shit and say, I refuse to answer any questions and shit. But he want to say, I ain't got a gag order. You know, I don't know.
That's what it, see, once I saw, you know, because I was generally, you know, in the beginning, I was genuinely, you know, feeling for the dude, you know, because it's hard for a man to even admit that his feelings is hurt. So for him to get up there and to, you know, constantly tell his story, I commended him for his bravery and for his courage, you know. But once I saw he had a PayPal under each of his videos, I'm like, what are we paying you for? What is there in your message? Where is it should we be donating to you for when you're actually just trying to get your message out there to help someone? So what are you actually doing? Are you actually trying to help people, or are you trying to create a career path for yourself? Try to create a stream of revenue for yourself, because that's what all of the other big channels they do. They create narratives to create flows of revenue.
Well,
So
it came down to the point where I started asking the question, have he took money from Bam not to address him? Because as I said, he said, Ronald, I understand if you took money from Bam not to speak on him, but that don't mean you ain't got to speak on pedophilia no more. Now, when people saying this shit to one person, that's their mindset. And if it go for him, why it won't go for me? Because you want for your brother what you want from yourself. That's the school of thought I come from. Or what your brother doing, you feel like you could do it too. So either way it go, if it's cool for Ron Savage to take some money from Bam to not talk on him and get a gag order, but yet he can speak on pedophilia, well, I'm looking at Poppy and you not talking about Bam. You're a pedophile, or the one that molested you before Bam. Because he said he was molested before Bam, which made it easy because he was already open up to it for Bam to do the stuff. Now, that sounds kind of funny to me. Once again, I'm listening to this stuff. I'm playing it on my videos and stuff. I just can't do it here because, you know. But anyway, it's like, so if you not consistently going at Bam and creating a campaign to go against Bam in the Zulu Nation, and that ain't your focus and your mindset, but you gonna start talking about old shit like what's her name? Casey Anthony and R. Kelly and whoever, whatever else. It's like, niggas, where's your focus? You trying to stop the reunion, the 44th Bambata and Zulu Nations, Zulu Comedic Moor Nation reunion. Ain't that what you trying to do? That's being active and being focused. Aren't you trying to get people to run Bambata from being the head of the Zulu Nation? What happened to that? Right? So once again, if that be the case, then you need to find out where the venue gonna be at. You need to tell people the time and stuff. You need to create a poster. You need to create a hashtag. You need to do what's known as info activism, where you put the info out there and let it be active and let other people take it. And now it's moving through the community. As I said on my channel the other day, you could have created a flash mob, or you could have had a majority of people out there with you that was feeling you, whether they had been molested or whatever else, that if you were selling a story, you know what I'm saying, they would have bought your story. But the way he done did it, shit, he's suspect. He on the speculations now that he's a scammer and not really an activist in fighting that. So it's kind of like what the Bible say. Seek the kingdom first, and all else will be added. Seek getting rid of the Zulu Nation in the way that it's formed now, and Bambata out of the seat, and all the other shit will be added, because you will be known as the one that did that. And then you will be interviewed on that, and you be talking about that. Then you could have came with your organization and say, yes, we trying to help the children and shit and all. But I mean, he heard Kev Gill talking, you know, about get that money. Daddy got to get that cash. I'm going to get it. I'm going, you know, he heard that shit. And that's where his mind went. What I told him was like, that nigga don't know nothing. He only get 100 views. Kev Gill get 5,000 and 6,000. Sarnetta them. So then he do a video talking about Sarnetta, tell him to take down a goddamn video. He apologizing to Tommy. All this other shit. It's like, man, this shit is too questionable. And so, as I said, I got an internet green thumb, a YouTube green thumb. I plant seeds, and though, you know, you gotta watch them with the patience of watching a flower grow. You know what I'm saying? You just be patient. Pretty soon, that motherfucker start growing and sprouting and moving. And you'll feel, you know, the growth of it. So that's what I set out to do. And you know, this is just a little part of it where I'm on your channel now, and your audience get to hear this and see this, and maybe they'll go over check my stuff out, and people will start listening, paying attention more. Next thing you know, motherfuckers will run him off YouTube like he should have been running Bam off of shit because nigga suspect. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that his story may end like that, that he got ran off of YouTube or whatever. God forbid that he end up, you know, physically harm or deceased behind the shit that he doing. But, you know, I don't know what the fuck happened to the brother.
I think based on what you was talking about earlier, as far as him, you know, going to sit with the Zulu Nation and all of that, I think right then and there, the gag order was put out and he agreed to it. I think he told them, listen, you know, my bad, y'all. The video wasn't supposed to get out. You know, I'm not gonna disrespect y'all no more. I'm not gonna speak about Bam no more. And I'm gonna just keep, you know, I'm gonna just keep it pushing. But, you know, like you were saying, once the video resurfaced, you know, through Star and all that type of stuff, I think what he tried to do was, I think he was stuck in the middle because now people calling him out. So it's like, who do I respond to? Do I respond to this gag order? Or do I actually go back out and keep expressing what happened to me so maybe I can get something from it? Because at the end of the day, like I've been watching him say in his latest videos, he been talking about, you know, he agreed with Ron Savage taking the money. Oh, how much they gave Ron Savage? $3 million, $5 million? Shit, I want $5 million. I would have took the money too. Oh, so being that they told you to shut up and just keep it pushing and didn't write you a check, is that the reason why you kept talking? Is that why when the conversation was brought back up, you know, you joined it? Because, and that's just me thinking, because it's like, if you already agreed when you met with them brothers that what you did was wrong and you wasn't going to do that no more, why did you jump out the window? Why did you jump back out the window and bring all this stuff back up? And now you're not speaking Bam's name that much anymore. Two, I keep hearing you agreeing to why Ronald Savage took the money, and you agree with him taking the money. You're not saying you took money to be quiet for being raped. He's not saying that. He's saying, oh, well, I would have took the money too. So now when I hear that, it's like, hold on. You sound like the victims of Eddie Long, because it came out that Eddie Long paid those guys off that he was taking showers with, that they was coming out, you know, saying all this stuff about the bishop. But then it came out that he wrote these dudes checks.
Yeah, I would say bishops is pieces on a chessboard, you know, and they're defenders of the king, you know, on the chessboard and in real life. And you know, Eddie Long had that upside down Triton and shit. So you know, he was also a good friend of George Bush and all of that stuff. So I mean, Eddie Long was a part of that boule shit and everything, you know. But it is, I mean, even with that, that made me come back to the question, like, what really happened? Because when you see Eddie Long victims come out and they talk about it and stuff, basically they like, yeah, he like young boys. So as we got older, you know, he just basically pushed us to the side. We weren't flying on the private jets and shit no more. And he went for a younger boy. He didn't want to fuck with us no more. He showed little love to us. And you know, got him a younger boy. So it's like, you know, a nigga leave a woman and she like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm old and knees sagging and shit. Now you want to go get some little young girl? So I mean, this shit is so fucked up, man. and like I said, make you ask questions. And it's like, I would never want to do that. I ain't never want to do that at first. I wanted the brother to go hard. I wanted them to win. I was talking about, man, I might go up there, you know, since niggas be putting that challenge out, like where you at and feet on the ground. I was like, shit. I asked Tariq Noel, I was like, you going out there? Because I'll probably go out there. I could, you know, on some, I'm coming up there and we gonna protest and shit. And so that shit going on, I'm like, this nigga fucking up. I mean, they say when you tell a lie, you gotta tell another lie. When you even remember your lies, you can't, you know what I'm saying? That's once again, he divulged too much shit to too many people and graphic and different stuff. You know what I'm saying? He divulged too much. And then when he didn't want to tell it over here, so he changed it a little bit. It's like, hold up, this shit is not adding up. He just told some other part of it, or he just made some shit up. Because when he said it over here, it wasn't the same shit. So this is where nobody set him down at the beginning and say, look, to a degree, nobody set him down and say, look, you got to organize, plot, plan, and strategize your moves and what you're going to do and what you look to accomplish. If your goal is to get money, then you do it hard and tell them niggas, like even Ron Savage, they told Ron Savage, you got the phone call, they like, we give you 50,000. I guess Ron was like, the motherfuckers said 50,000. Let me say some crazy shit and see what they say. Give me 100,000. Motherfuckers say, well, we're gonna talk to Bam and see if we gonna talk to somebody and see if we can get you that 100,000. Motherfuckers said, damn. Motherfuckers said they gonna give me 100,000. So, you know, you negotiate your price then if that's your goal. Well, shit, the motherfucker just gave this nigga 100,000. When they come at me, I'm gonna tell that motherfucker, shit, you can't go under 100,000. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start at 300,000. And we might meet up at 1,500,000. You know what I'm saying? If that's your goal to negotiate money, now you would negotiate the money, but you go hard enough to get the money, then get your ass out of sight. Or stop talking about Bam and keep talking about pedophilia or whatever. But I mean, whatever his goal was, because don't nobody know now. He didn't sit down and say who, what, when, where, why, and how. His shit fucked up now. Right. And I'm not finna be riding with this shit and it's all questionable. Because I'm like, I'm sending motherfuckers over there to support you. I'm telling motherfuckers, yeah, Poppy. And then it's turning out your shit shaky. So I gotta draw my shit back. No, people. I think I fucked up. I'm getting off the good ship, Poppy. I'm getting the fuck off of this. I advise y'all to get the fuck off this boat with me, because when this motherfucker starts sinking, all I'm gonna do is say, I felt this motherfucker going down and I got off it. Y'all, I told you wouldn't get the fuck off the ship though.
And I agree with that, because it's almost like now to me, he seemed like, you know, it just seemed like he one of these rat dudes that's trying to gain attention so he could get signed, so he could get a check. That's what it seemed like to me. He on the internet, you know, doing a bunch of antics for some money. That's what it looked like to me, because, you know, pedophilia is a serious thing, man. Child abuse, all of this stuff is serious. So for you to say, oh, I need y'all to send me money in case I need this, that, and the third, you supposed to have all that set up where you don't have to ask the people, because you trying to help the people. So why should the people pay you for trying to help them?
Right, but see, people give you the money so you can help them. You know, because he was telling me, well, I take care of some children and I do this and do that. And that's why I told him, do the organization, right? Because that's just like child support. You could pay the wife or the girlfriend or the ex, whatever the fuck you want, your baby mama, right? If you ain't went through the court, they're going to be like, she could say, that nigga ain't gave me shit for 2 years. You be like, nigga, I got receipts and everything. They just like, you could have bought that shit for yourself. I don't know what you did with them receipts for. So if your baby mama, your wife, or anybody trying to leave you, nigga, you better go put your own ass on child support. Judge, look, how much you want, this, that, and the other, because I don't want her coming back in a year or so talking about I ain't did shit. So when it come to money, me, myself, I know I'm very sensitive about my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm very sensitive. I give you some money, I'm going to be tripping like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Me and Lex had that problem in the beginning when we first met each other. The nigga was asking for some money. I was like, what the fuck? You know? Nah, me and my money, I get ignorant over money. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you can't account for this shit and stuff, that's a problem. That's a problem. So you got to have an organization. You got to be organized. You got to be able to, like, you got to tell people what you're going to do with it at least. And then, therefore, when they come, you be like, shit, nigga, I bought a camera. Shit, I made a cup. You know what I'm saying? I went and bought some deodorant. It's it, you got to, the fuck? So what you do with the money? So I'm going to give people this one because people bring it up. You know what I'm saying? You see, let me see. Y'all see that? That's an Apple computer, right? So some sister helped me get that, right? To help me in my ministry. And so the brother LaRon G. Conscious, y'all probably heard me dealing with him. Me and him was talking one day. And I was going inside that Michael Webb was them real hard at that time, like, you know, I do. And the sister was mad because she was like, nigga, I didn't help you to do that. I tried to help you spread the word of God. I don't like the shit you doing. So I tried to respect it, right? And I told LaRon, I was like, nah, I think I'm going to calm this shit down, man, because the sister that helped me, she was like, you know, and I'm trying to honor what she said. And so me and that nigga got into it, and he went out and tried to tell the public. So Basel, Michael Wells, and different niggas. But look, if I tell you now, I need $500 to get a car, y'all donate or hit my PayPal or whatever. Whatever the fuck. However you get it to me. Just get it here if you can on some the song shit, right? And I said, it's for a car. Soon I get it, I'm gonna get the car and I'm gonna put that motherfucker on the camera. Y'all see the car? I got the car. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. So I ain't steal no money. I ain't do no shit like that. I can show clearly that I got an Apple computer and I had some help getting it. That's an honorable thing. But it's no question what I wanted it for, some help for, this, that, and the other, and I got it. And I did what I said I was going to do. So you got to tell people what the hell you going to do. And so therefore, they got something to measure by. Oh, nigga, what you talking about? You said you're going to get a computer. It's been 2 years and you ain't even got one computer, not to even speak on the Apple. Then you can say that nigga Kyle is a lying ass nigga. He's a thief. He's this and that. He's dishonest and everything else. So being out here in this public eye like that and putting yourself out here and putting your life out here and different stuff, you know, this shit happens. This shit happens. You get questioned. People listening, they listen good and your shit is on record. So as they tell you when they read you your Miranda rights, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of public opinion. If you don't know that, then you better stay your ass off the internet.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, and see, if you're gonna call yourself a leader or an activist or whatever he's trying to call himself, he has to understand he's gonna be scrutinized, and the people must understand that he's gonna be scrutinized. You because it's just to stand a test of your will. If you can't stand scrutiny, then you can't stand being a leader. Period.
Especially when you say, I'm the only one.
Right.
Out here fighting this shit. There's organizations out here that's fighting this shit. There's individuals. And as I tried to show the people 3 years ago, I had the sister Abundance Child, who most definitely was in the conscious community. She in the picture with Sonetta throwing that shit up, right? I ain't making no signs. I'm just got my hands up, right? Throwing that shit up to 666 and stuff. She's in that picture. I talked to her, and she told me that she was molested. I was like, let's do a show on it. She came over there. We was talking about her organizations and all of that, because she had an organization, you know what I'm saying? The Drop Squad Kitchen and some stuff for young ladies and everything, you know, kind of like some Girl Scouts, this and that. And then at a certain point, because I was marketing and promoting the show as talking about molesting, at a certain point, I was like, okay, I'm glad they got an introduction to you. Let's go into the molestation. We went into the molestation. Sisters came out and was like, I was molested. Sisters that I had already been talking to. And I was telling them, like, tell your daughter, tell your granddaughter, you got to warn the next generation about this stuff. You can't be silent. They came out on the show and everything. So I'm like, nigga, before there was a Bambata conversation brewing any goddamn well in social media world, especially in the so-called conscious community, which I was in it, right? We was talking about molestation. And I ain't never stopped. So how the fuck you the only one? And then Tariq Noel been on my channel talking about it with Malachi Z. York. And he been going at Prince York and he telling his story. So how you the only motherfucker out there fighting against this shit? You leaving other people out. Now you trying to tell people, I'm the man. I'm the superhero. What my cape at? I'm saving people and shit. It's like, God damn, this nigga just, he trying to say all eyes on me and send me money. See, he could have joined with Tariq Noel since they got together, and he came and supported them when Star gave him that damn plaque and shit. But I'm like, this nigga leaving Tariq out of the shit. However, Tariq, however you say his name. You know, he leaving them out the conversation and shit. Okay, you can say fuck Ron Savage if that's the way you feel. But how the fuck you gonna leave him out the conversation now? Shit, send him some money too. He out here fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, it's the brother done fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I hate it for him, but nigga, I ain't got no cape on. I can't save you. All I can do is try to guide you, give you a little, you know, little game and shit. And you gonna tell me, fuck me, my channel weak and I don't need your advice? Well, okay. We gonna see what the fuck happened to you.
That's a fact, because I'm gonna just put this out there too. We must watch self-proclaimed or self-appointed leaders. He appointed himself as being the head figure for molestation and pedophilia. The people didn't grant him that. You're doing something for the people, but the people didn't say, all right, Poppy, you're the man for this. The people didn't come out and say that. So anybody who's a self-proclaimed leader, you always have to question if they're truly genuine. Because let's look at some history. Polite came in as a self-proclaimed healer, astrologist, economist. He was everything. The people didn't even know him, but he self-proclaimed himself as being this, when in all actuality, he was just a thief. So we have to watch people who say, I'm this, I'm the leader of that. How you gonna lead people and the people didn't say you were their leader? We gotta watch them people.
Or your action don't say this. You be like, hold up. I'm the first one out on that. I got more material, more shit on that. I got this, I got that. And you tell me what the fuck that add up to. See, that's what I would do. And that's the way I did with him. Like, hold up. Nigga, I can go 3 years back. And I've been talking about it since. But then when the Bambata shit came out, I jumped on it. So I could be like, nigga, I'm the only one been fighting, really. You just joined in the fight. But I didn't go that way. I just said, nah, nigga, you a motherfucking lie. You got pulled into the fight after you said, I want to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? That's like you at a bar or something, you and your niggas, and niggas like step on your shoe and you like, oh, that's cool, man. I won't have nothing to do with this. And then your partner say, why you ain't apologize? That's rude. You stepped on his shoe. I know he said he don't want to this and that and pursue it no more, but that still was fucked up, man. Then dude said, well, fuck you. Then y'all get to fighting, and then niggas still on you. You didn't want to be a part of the fight. You say, hey, all this shit over with, man. Fuck it. You stepped on my blue suede shoes. Ain't nothing to it. I clean the motherfuckers up about another pair. But now you got stole on. You in the fight. You didn't want to be in the fight. You just had a crazy ass friend, jumped out there, started some shit. That's Ron Savage. Ron Savage say, shit, fuck it, I'm still on Bam. Then Star said, oh shit, Ron and stole on him. Matter of fact, it was a nigga that said some shit some months back that didn't want to be a part of this, but let's pull this video up. You see this shit? He snuck. He got a sneak punch in. He hit Bambaataa from the black side. I'ma tell y'all about it. Y'all ain't see this shit. And nigga like, damn, this nigga that told out and stole on the motherfucker. That's why I believe Star still show him love and shit, because he like, damn, I really got this nigga, forced this nigga into this situation. But he himself came out talking about Star got money to shut up about this shit. When Star has been pretty consistent with the shit, bringing over Khalil money, bringing over the sister, I think her last name Wells from Chicago, that did the shit with TC Islam. TC Islam was fighting for the shit. He got killed for the shit, quote unquote. So now you the only one fighting? Well, who is these people that's doing documentaries? What the fuck Star steady doing and talking shit to Sarnetta for you? Like, Sarnetta, you know, he came out the other day and did a fucking video responding to the shit, right? So it's like, you saying everybody else getting money, and it sound like you got a problem with everybody else getting money, but you ain't never got properly paid off this shit, which makes him suspect again. Give me 1 sec. Hold it down.
Yeah, man. I mean, I agree with that. You know, it just sound like, you know, he crying like, where's my check? You know, I'll go away. I'll go away like B Stinger, you know, but you gotta pay me. I'm gonna keep talking until y'all pay me. That's what it sounds like to me now. Because I look at it like this. Let's say if Poppy was my family member, say if he was my brother or something, and I knew this was happening to him, can't nobody pay me no money to bring these people down. You can't pay me. You can't pay me enough money. You see? And this is why you got to question the integrity of these people, because how could somebody pay you off from being tortured? And I'm using the word torture because he says that these things still play in his mind today. You know, this guy's not a young guy. I believe Poppy is at least in his 40s, in his mid 40s. He's not a young dude. So for him to still have nightmares, like he said, how could you constantly bring up money, like money could solve these issues? How could money?
But, I mean, the way you going at it now, I don't think that's like the perfect way to go with it. I mean, he's fucking up, and yes, he might want some money from this shit. You know, I mean, like I said, he deserved any AdSense that he get. Okay, he got fame and popularity from this shit, right? He been on a lot of shows, people know him. And if he monetized his YouTube, I mean, can't nobody say shit about that. If he make $1 million off YouTube, couldn't nobody say shit. The thing happened when he asked him personally, send me some shit in the PayPal. I'm gonna go make a GoFundMe now. And it's like, for being who? Poppy? The guy that got molested? We should send you money because this happened to you. Because you're not giving us no other reason.
Right. And that's what I'm speaking on. I'm not speaking on if he monetizes channels or anything. You know, that's on him. I'm speaking it on the aspect of him keep talking about how Ron Savage got paid and how Bam has all this money and how he could have paid off Star and how he could have paid off Sinetta. Like, why do you keep bringing up these people getting these checks? Do you want a check? Would that make you really go away?
Nah,
like you said you would the first time?
He got what he wanted in the beginning, but then to tell the truth, he broke the agreement. Get rid of the video. Now that's why I told him too. You gotta strategize. If you say Africa Bambaataa say he gonna put a tombstone on your partner grave, and then he gonna do this and that, your thing should have been Bambaataa didn't put no tombstone on the grave, and he didn't do this and he didn't do that. So he broke the agreement. His ass. See, it's always action and reaction. He did this, so I did that. He asked me to take it down. I agreed, and he said he was going to do this. When he didn't do that, he broke the agreement. He's a covenant breaker, so therefore the agreement is no longer valid. It's void. See, it's just simplicity to the shit. People be trying to make shit so deep that it's just like action, reaction, right? I'll put the video out. Y'all talk to me. Okay, I really don't want to pursue this shit. I don't want beef with y'all in the street, this, that, and the other. So, okay, y'all do this, I do that. Well, y'all didn't do that, so now I'm going to do this. But see, if he really listened and people ain't heard this show, what he could do is take them jewels now and go out there and paint a false picture and narrative to the people. Why? Because now he took game. Well, nigga was trying to give him game for nothing. You know, and you listen to Pac, game is to be sold, not to be told. You know what I'm saying? I ain't charged that nigga no lawyer fee or nothing to give him a consultation. Right. Nigga, I was trying to give him game. I'm trying to give you game. So you say Bambaataa broke the covenant or the agreement. So you got all rights to get at his ass then. So you tell the people that this is what he agreed upon by this time frame or whatever, and the nigga reneged on the shit. So now I'm getting at his ass. Look, see, it's just ways to do it. But when you a street nigga and you a nigga that deal with shit, then you know when you sit down at the table, I'm at the table, the round table agreement or whatever, and you say, okay, like Mr. Coleon did. He like, look, y'all want judges and shit, this and that. I got them. Okay, I'm gonna give you all of that. I don't like this drug business and this and that. And okay, long as you don't sell drugs in the in the white community, sell them to the blacks. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna get you the judges and shit. Then when his son gets shot up and shit, he come back, he sit down, he's like, oh shit, y'all done killed my son. Okay, I tell you what. Yeah, I'm gonna give you everything you want. But I tell you what, if my motherfucking son happened to trip on the sidewalk or he choked on a fucking noodle from the spaghetti or something, I'm killing all you motherfuckers because I don't believe in shit just happening, right? So he like, look, I'm going to give you what you want. Long as you give me what I want, we can have peace. But if you break the peace, motherfucker, it's war. So I'm doing this to make peace. So if that was the case with Poppy, you got to know how to sit at the table and talk that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's either kill or be killed at that point. Look, man, I'm trying to have peace. If we can't have peace, it's war. And y'all know I'm a nigga in the street. I'm a monster. I'm a gorilla. I'm killing everything. Nigga, y'all woo woo. You know what I'm saying? And you go to war like that when you got a war chest. It's the shit you learn when you listen to Pac. Nigga said, don't go to war till you get your money right. That nigga said, I'm with death row. I got my money right, baby. I want war. But you don't go to war till you get your money right. You might have to move your family. You might have to do this. You might have to buy some mercenaries, some high guns. You might have to go to the enemy of the Zulus and shit like, look, man, catch some of their bodies. They show you this shit on Power.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
shit, you playing with power and strength and shit now. You say Bambaataa got strength and shit. You playing a life and death game. Why the fuck you playing that? It ain't playing right. You should want to take advice from any nigga that's gonna give you some good advice. That nigga listen to, you know, Cushion Coffee Kale. You listen to a nigga that's sitting up drinking caffeine, smoking on the finest Cali bud he can find. You listen to him and want to listen to me? This goddamn fool. And you deserve whatever you get. And I can't ride the good shit poppy no more.
I agree. I mean,
I'm on some Forrest Gump, jumping right over the side of that motherfucking head and filleting. I'm not on that shit no more.
I mean, I feel you. I feel you. And, you know, slowly but surely, he'll be off the shit too. Because if you just pay attention, whoever subscribed to him, you know, he's starting to drift off into other, you know, popular subjects where he could get the, you know, he could get the little monetization and all of that, where he could make his little money or whatever. So I definitely think he's headed that route anyway.
You know the worst
He's headed that route anyway.
It's only certain shit he can talk about, even with pedophilia, because depending on how you put the title up there, you ain't gonna get no AdSense for that shit.
That's
and
true.
If you don't know, they basically, just like when you take your channel and put the CC on now, close capture, that means they got a stenographer typing up what you say, whether if it's the computer or real stuff. I can't say the shit again now.
Stenographer, yeah.
Yeah. So that means they have a transcript of everything you said in the show. Meaning now you run that transcript through the computers, and when key shit come up and it's in the title, boop, you're gonna get a yellow dot. You ain't gonna get the green dot. Green mean you can make money. Let's go. Yellow mean halt, my nigga. It didn't say stop. It said halt. You can't talk about that shit. You better find a better way to talk about it, because we ain't gonna give you no money for that. That shit ain't ad approval. We can't put no ads on that. No, nobody won't put no ads on that.
Good point. Good point.
So
and that's where the PayPal come in.
Right. He can't talk about certain shit and raw in the cut as he would like to.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So do you really think that the people that he went and spoke to convinced him not to rock with you, or do you think he genuinely did it on his own?
I think Sarnetta got in it initially, but then when Sarnetta became questionable, he was like, well, I could fuck with this nigga, whatever. And I tried to tell him, I tell anybody, you know, what I say before we did this. You gave me the title, you said it's cool. I said, now you know me, I go hard. Do you want to go hard on this shit? You know? And so I'm still making it, you know, enjoyable for me to talk about this shit, because I don't want to be down and out and on some, yeah, you know. And so I'm still upbeat and shit, because I ain't did nothing wrong. So I'm gonna be sad for. You know, I feel sad for him to a degree, but I mean, really, it's like, fuck him, because you tried to diss me and my shit. But I believe Sarnetta got to him, but then once you know, him and Sarnetta relationship got a little shaky, especially with him and the Bambaataa and the Prince York and all that type of shit, he was like, well, fuck it, I give him a try. And you know, at the same time, I told him, I said, man, motherfuckers in this community don't like me, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be doing this, niggas be doing that. And I tried to warn him, because I'm like, number one, when you come over here, nigga, you really gonna have a motherfucking bulls out your ass in the community. That's basically what I was trying to tell him. I think though I talk a certain way and I express myself a certain way, I do get my point across eventually. If I don't do nothing but say, man, if you fuck with me, they gonna attack you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it where you can comprehend. So I was telling the nigga, and most definitely after he left my show, there was another type of shit in the community that was coming at him. It was another vibration that he was fucking with and facing at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But It's like, man, you just never wanted to, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know I had wins in this community. I'm the only motherfucker that Sarnetta said, okay, you win. Whether if he was bullshit or not, he spoke the words. You know what I'm saying? He never spoke them words to nobody else. You know, that nigga called me 1 o'clock at night before he started calling anybody else and shit. That nigga said I was in the bed with my motherfucking wife and shit, thinking about you and that shit. And I got up and I called you to try to disrespect you and shit. That's why that's suck my dog dick came from and stuff. So it's like, man, motherfucker, you know, one thing about life is, and this is what I learned. You know, it's just like a humble man that walked the street, but one day he stop and say something to a young man or anybody, and it makes so much sense, and it changed their life from that day on. So you ain't got to touch the whole world. Just like I said, to make this community to work the way you want to, you ain't got to buy everybody off. You just got to buy that one motherfucker that they follow off. So once you get him and all these people follow him, or the 1 or 2 people that follow him, so let's look at it. This the man, but he like and listen to this man and damn never do anything he say. So if you can't buy him, buy the motherfucker that he follow. And everybody follow him, but he follow him. So you either got the option to get him that got the 100,000 people following him, or get the one that the one nigga following, they got the 100,000 people following him. Either way it go, these the 2 niggas that you trying to figure out how to get, because if you get him, he gonna control him, which control the 100,000, or if you just get him, he just gonna control the 100,000. So you ain't gotta buy 100,000 motherfuckers. You just gotta figure out how to get these 2 motherfuckers, or get one of them, and you control the whole goddamn thing. So niggas just don't understand that type of shit. So me, I don't have to do this or do that. All I got to do is plant the right seed and say the right shit. Kev Gill gonna grab it. Somebody gonna grab that motherfucker and run with it. And they gonna have more subscribers and more shit than me. And when they put it out on their shit, they ain't gonna say it came from me, but what I did affected this motherfucker, which got all these people. And so I still affected the community and all these people. And all I had to do was affect that one person. So if that very one person watch my video and they don't have no other hits, I still got the same goal. I just had to go through this motherfucker. My conversation reached him, and now he reaching the masses of people. So all you need is that one motherfucker. You get the right motherfucker to listen to you and follow you, and everybody else following him, you still won. So in 1 week, after he dissed my channel, I done took this whole goddamn community, and though they want to argue flat earth and other shit, I shift this whole bitch overnight.
Damn sure did. Damn sure did.
And I was like, that's the power that being truthful and honest and standing your ground and recording and documenting shit will do. Because people are well informed. That's one thing about me. You're going to be well informed about shit. If I have to take 30 minutes and another 30 minutes and break the shit down in sections and do shit and go get some audio and shit, you know, I'm going to get you what you need. We're going to succeed over here. So like Kev Gill said, he like winners. That's why that nigga listen to me. Because I win. I don't take L's. One gonna come one day, because you can't go through life without taking L's. But I try to refuse to take a YouTube L. Now, I might take a L in life. Shit, I might not even be able to do this and that tomorrow with whatever I need to do. But I ain't finna get on YouTube and get fucked up by somebody. Now, that's some shit I'm refusing to do. I get the fuck off the internet before I sit up here and let a nigga fuck me up.
I feel you. And you definitely done that, because, you know, like I said earlier in the show, before I started this show or whatever, you know, which we had planned to do this already, but somebody else was, you know, speaking on, you know, pedophilia and, you know, child molestation and child abuse and all of that. So you definitely planted them seeds, man, and they grown because a lot of channels is speaking on it, you know. And like I said, man, it's important. It's important to speak on it, and it's also important to what they like to call it, give constructive criticism on people who like to stand up as that person. If I'm saying I'm the embodiment of something, you have the right to criticize me constructively. You have that right.
And
So
that's all
all y'all
I tried to say, look, you look like you about to take an L here. Nigga, you even need to turn up. You know, like I said, even in that show, I'm New Rockney. I'm motherfucking Mickey in the corner. Rocky, go knock this motherfucker out. I'm trying to motivate you. You ain't taking it as motivation. You like, nigga, you stabbing me in the back. Nigga, your shit weak. Okay. All right. I ain't got shit to say. What they say, I can show you better than I can tell you. Watch me put this work in right quick. I'm finna take this motherfucking knowledge. Y'all know I said, nigga, this shit like alchemy. All you need is equivalent exchange. You give me some shit, and I'm gonna take it. And so when you trying to make it fucked up and shit, I'm gonna turn it into a positive, and I'm gonna just equivalent exchange, baby. We finna exchange this energy, and I'm gonna take all this energy, and I'm gonna make that shit good, and then I'm gonna put it back out in the atmosphere. And it's gonna work for me, and it ain't gonna work for you. Why? Because you meant bad for me. As the Bible say, you went dug a ditch for my ass, but you the one ended up in the ditch. See, you dug it for me, but you the one ended up in that motherfucker. You see, my intentions are righteous, it's true. So even if I fuck up, I say, hey, I fucked up, but my bad. You know what I'm saying? It don't hurt me to be wrong. I'd have been wrong before, plenty of times in life. And as I say to people, if I offend you and I didn't mean it, and you tell me I offend you, I apologize. But if I offend you and I meant it, motherfucker, you carrying that, fuck you. I was trying to, as he said to other niggas, nigga, all, what'd he say? All disrespect intended. You know what I'm saying? I meant what the fuck I said, and I ain't taking it back.
That's real. That's real. And so to all the people out there that's listening or whatever, I just want to let y'all know, if y'all gonna consider yourselves something, just look to be criticized. Look to be criticized. Ever since I started my platform, I stand on healing before building. People criticize me. You know why people criticize me? Because they've saw me act out my flaws.
I criticize you. That's how we met.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, how could you be saying this and you did this? But what people got to understand is that if I'm a stand on healing, I have to show y'all that I'm healing in the process. Y'all have to see the growth. I can't just be talking about it. I can't just be saying, listen, I got over this, I got over that. But I'm showing y'all everything that I'm telling y'all that I've got over. And I'm showing y'all why. I'm showing y'all it's a process. These people are trying to be overnight leaders, which actually you're trying to be an overnight celebrity. That's how I look at it. And when people say, oh, we shouldn't talk about this or we shouldn't question Poppy and all of that, come on, man. Come on, man.
That's how they molest your child, because you like, oh, I can leave my child with them. They're innocent. And them motherfuckers is waiting for you to hit that dough.
Exactly. And let's bring up another instant where people was questioning this person's character. The dude Nate Parker, who created the Nat Turner story. He was accused of rape. You see? So when he came out with the movie Nat Turner, everybody, once they brought up that old rape case, they started questioning, well, how he's gonna play Nat Turner. How could he embody that character? And they started questioning, basically they started questioning his integrity. And if you're going to say you can play this character, but you've been accused of this, or you may have been guilty of this, that's all criticism. And he had to accept that.
Man, like I said, I met you criticizing you because you was criticizing Pharaoh.
Facts.
You was like, Dr. Mayada and the community need to, and I was like, hold up, my brother, I don't think he understand the magnitude of what the fuck really happened. So I'm gonna throw a little something out there and shit. And you took it and came back and was like, okay, I'm looking into that. Thanks for putting me up. And I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to make sure you ain't running out here with your head half cocked and shit, busting at niggas and ain't got the full story. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the elder Rashawn DeLay. You know what I'm saying? That brother came around. He would be on my channel. He couldn't even get his phone and shit to working. I was showing him love. You know what I'm saying? But we played the YouTube war there for a second. When I went on Sarnetta and they was like, that nigga can't read. And I was like, he made a video and said Israel Doctrine made an ass of himself. I made a video and said Rashad DeLay made an ass of himself. That's the one I was talking about. If y'all watched the couple videos of mine back, I was like, damn, people keep posting on a Rashad DeLay video. They got that mug moving over there. Every day is 4 or 5 people coming over there chopping at me. So I'm gonna have to give my elder a shout out and talk to him. I might try to hit him up and see if he'll come over and we talk. And it's like, man, we squashed that. You know what I'm saying? But I was honest about what I was doing, so I ain't taking the videos now. And if I got AdSense on them, shit, I'm getting paid out that video. I ain't taking that shit down. I made it for entertainment's sake. Shit, you don't like it or you like it, it don't matter. Shit, you entertaining yourself with it. I'm not finna entertain them in the conversation, but you know, it is what it is. We make these videos to be seen, heard, and to be criticized and everything. We want your opinion. We want your feedback. We want you to say, oh, nigga, this and that. As long as you ain't disrespectful. Once you get over a certain respect line, then it's like, nah, delete that nigga shit, block that nigga something. But outside of that, we all supposed to take part in this public discussion. That's what it is. You on a public network platform discussing stuff, and you want people to come in and help be a part of the discussion. Long as it's respectful and helpful dialogue.
Exactly. So is anything you want to touch on again, man, before we let you say your closing remarks?
Just go check out the videos, man. They need some more views. They need some critiquing. You know what I'm saying? They're a little bit more in depth than what you got here, you know, cause you know, I'm kind of so sporadic, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I was a little bit adrenaline rushing, doing shit over there. You know what I'm saying? But Sarnetta and all them guys did do the brother wrong. I mean, they should have helped them out in the YouTube world more. But this is where I say Sarnetta, bust a shot at his head. This is what Sarnetta and Kev Gill are there, because I made a video ask Kev Gill, were you trying to help him in child molestation and pedophilia, or were you just trying to tell him how to get some money? But when your shit ain't about the community and your shit is about entertainment and getting numbers and getting money and not putting quality out there, you know what I'm saying, then you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what happened. They all fucked this mind up with how to do what you need to do in this social media world, in this YouTube world, in this cyber world. Because, like I said, I'm trying to tell them, look, man, you can help yourself, help the community and all of that by creating an organization, an institute. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. So I played Irritated Genie and Umar Johnson the other day, and Umar was making that argument more than any goddamn thing, that you got to prevent the problem. And so when you got households that's doing good, you know what I'm saying, father and a mother, and not no father and a father, or mother and a mother, and all these different things play into these things that bring about a fucked up mindset and environment for a child that keeps them repeating the cycle. You know what I'm saying? So you prevent some of this shit. Now, Irritated Genie, I agree with him, you know, and I put it as for the people over here that might not want to go watch my quote unquote bullshit video. I said, it's like a vampire. If you bite one person, then we, you know, deal with you and deal with that person. We'll feed them blood and shit and make sure they don't feed on other victims. You know what I'm saying? Isolate them from doing the shit further. But if you done bit a bunch of people and shit, it ain't no saving you and it ain't no saving them damn near. So a pedophile or a victim or a pedophile that's repeating, now they becoming a victimizer, you know, you can work with that a little bit, because what you're trying to do is stop the cycle. It's choices. Everybody make choices. You know what I'm saying? Sexuality, I mean, you can deal with the lust or the temptation of whatever urges up on you, or you can deny. You know, you can fulfill those urges or you can deny. Whether if you homosexual, whether if you got the children or whatever, it's all about you making choices. And that's the problem with this world and stuff, that people, they not penalized really for fucked up choices. So therefore people make more fucked up choices, right? Even with this Poppy shit. See, he hadn't really took a penalty, right? He ain't had to go to the penalty box for the shit that he did at no point. And what people fail to realize, you get on this internet and you get on this camera and shit, which is addicted, especially to some people more than others, because maybe, see, like, he was the man when he was in the Zulu Nation. No matter what the fuck was happening, right? He was with B.O. He was a baby B.O. He was enforced on the streets, this and that. That's a certain fame and a popularity that once you ain't getting that shit no more and you go somewhere else, now you look to be the man. It's like Michael Jordan. What the fuck can Michael Jordan do to make him the man if he ain't on the basketball court? So now you hunger for that. You used to be the high school jock and you on some, you know, Al Bundy shit when I was in high school. And it's like, nigga, how long ago was that when you was in high school? So you look for an opportunity to be the man. And so even with this YouTube shit, maybe he fell into that limelight, like, damn, people showing me love and doing, you know, it's just, I don't know what the fuck happened, but, you know, it's a crash and burn. You know why? Because everybody failed to realize, like you say, if your shit ain't built right and you ain't think of building your shit right, then you get success real fast and you don't know how to handle that shit because you didn't gradually, when that shit gets snatched from you or whatever, you never knew how to build a house right. That motherfucker was just built when you got there. So you ain't build it from ground zero. Now they took the motherfucker from you. You can't build it. You can't do it because you didn't do it the first time. The shit was handed to you. You know what I'm saying? It was given to you. You didn't earn it. And that's what motherfuckers did for Poppy. They gave him a lot of shit and he didn't earn nothing. And so then when shit started happening, he didn't know how to deal with it because he didn't go through the processes of dealing with shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I've been here since 09. From Blog Talk to here, doing this shit down there daily, 2 times a day on Blog Talk, paying money to do this shit. It's free now shit. This shit wasn't given to me. I learned everything I got, from the love to the hate to the envy, the jealousy to the, you know, whatever it is I get, I sit here and put my motherfucking works in to earn my stripes. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else that don't do that, shit, you know, you just don't know the ins and outs. What I used to tell you when you first come, hey, look, bro, you start doing this shit and trying to interview people and shit, you're going to start seeing certain shit and you're going to start going, huh? What the fuck? I told the money the same thing. Everybody that I met, everybody I talked to, I try to tell them the same thing. I try to introduce them to YouTube and just not let them jump out here and get fucked, because you can jump out here and get fucked. A lot of people I try to warn about Michael Evans. Like, I don't think Poppy ever realized that If Sonetta didn't set you up in them streets, he got his motherfucking YouTube dog on you, Michael Edwards. He could pull that motherfucker, call him, tell him to sit, or he could say, get him, boy. And he, you know, he realized that. So it's a lot of stuff that he got fucked in the game because he just didn't want to take no constructive criticisms and good advice from people that really care. So when you do that, like I tell people, if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. You know, I don't hold no remorse after you said fuck me. And I done tried to be nice and give you a hand and talk or do whatever I could for you. You know what I'm saying? Just pull it back and, you know, depending on how you do it, shit, I'm gonna start, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start fucking you up. And so that's what he did. And I'm gonna end with this. We used to have a club in town called 100 Grand, right? My partner was a security guard. Now he don't drink and shit, you know, little healthy dude and shit. So a dude in there, he drunk. He trying to fight the club because the nigga drunk. He ain't even from this town. He trying to fight the club, meaning he trying to fight the whole goddamn town. So my partner pulled him out. Come on, man, let's go out and shit. He basically walking him. This nigga so drunk and whatever, he punched my partner. And he just security. He ain't trying to do nothing to him. I mean, dude is one of the humblest dudes, mellow dudes there is. He just look healthy and shit and buff and shit. So he punched him. When he punched him, he fucked up. He leashed the ass whooping on him so bad, it was like, damn, grab him, man, stop. But that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Niggas could be humble and this and that, but that don't mean they ain't dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because motherfucker nice guy, this or that, or trying to be humble and shit, don't mean they ain't dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, David say, hey, put your swords on, this nigga talking shit, we finna go kill everything up there. You know what I'm saying? This nigga talking shit about me and Saul and getting in my business, I tell you what, we gonna go kill everything. Come on. The Lord got killers too. You know what I'm saying? And just as sure as we're in this flesh and blood, we can get in the flesh with this shit and get very carnal. I know I can if there's nobody else. So with that said, I'm going to say peace. Israel Doctrine, IsraelDoctrine.org. You know what I'm saying? That's, see, I got an org now. I got a website with org on it, meaning an organization, right? I had IsraelDoctrineEntertainment.com. You know, I got BlackIntelligentsia.com. I own a couple .coms, you know what I'm saying? So I got business, I got organizations, I got shit. I'm looking to expand really next year like a motherfucker. So when you do PayPal, you PayPal Israel Doctrine. And you know what Israel Doctrine is? It's the word of God, the ministry of God, this, that, and the other. Now, I'm the administrator and the steward of it. So sometime I eat off of it, and sometime I just buy the computers and the cameras and shit and prepare for this blitz on their ass. You know what I'm saying? So IsraelDoctrine.org. Get in tune with, you know, what's going on. I appreciate you reaching out and talking to me. That's a platform and stuff. You let me come over. It's vice versa and everything. You know, or anybody else know, if you really want to conversate about something, just hit me up. You know, shit, you can have my platform. We can sit up and talk. Ain't no thing. But you know what I'm saying? Unlike other people, when I bring up issues and talk about shit, they don't want to interview me. They don't want to talk. They don't want to put me in the mix of things. So shout out to you for, you know, keeping the platform open and, you know, watching and bringing me over and shit. You know, much love.
No doubt, OG. You know what I mean? You always welcome here, man. You know, there's always respect and love. You know what I'm saying? You show me love, I show you love, man. It's brotherhood over here. And there's also, I stand on truth. You know, I don't care about popularity. I'm not here for a popularity contest. This is not high school. I'm liked and loved by my family, by my children, by my wife, and by good people. So, you know, I'm not really here for that. So you always welcome over here, bro. But my last statement to the people is, you know, of course, thanks for coming through tonight, y'all, and tuning in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, listening to my brother Israel Doctrine. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to him. You know, if you just coming in, make sure you hit that like button. But on the closeout, I want to say we must do better as parents. Just to speak on the whole pedophilia thing, we need to do better as parents. And when I say do better as parents, is we must have a different approach mentally on how we instruct our children. We have to stop being so loose. We have to start tightening up on how we protect our children. And we have to let them know why. We have to let them know about the monsters. You know how children say it's monsters under my bed? It really be monsters under some of these children's beds.
Hey, there was a story that it was a little midget type dude that broke into them people's house, dressed up as a doll, and would be sitting in the room while the mother going around doing stuff and she didn't know. And every time she left out that room, that man would go over there and do something to that girl. And she'll be like, that doll and that man, he this and that. And she never paid attention until one day she found out what was going on. But that little man was in there dressed up as a doll amongst other stuff. And when the mama leave the room, he would go and abuse that child. And the child would be telling the mama that doll, that dang. And she didn't want to believe him. So you could be an ass and don't want to listen to your child. It might be one of the worst moves you ever did. But I just had to get that out there.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm glad you put that out there, you know, because they just made like some type of horror movie about a little doll who will come to life and kill people. So that's interesting. They could have made that off of that same instance you just put out there. But believe that, you know, believe your children. Talk to them. Ask them. Stop making sex taboo with your children, because that's why they're afraid to talk to you when they're being touched. Because the first thing they're going to think, oh, I'm coming to my mom or I'm coming to my dad and I'm talking about sex and I'm young and I'm going to get in trouble. Stop making sex taboo in our homes. This is something that's real and it's natural. Sex is natural. But we have to let them know the type of sex that's out here also. So stop making sex a taboo, y'all. These are just some simple solutions. Stop making sex taboo in your house. Stop cutting your children off when they talk to you. Let them talk. Let them vent. Stop cutting them off. Stop always directing them on what they need to be talking about and all of that too. Because sometimes children over the years, they stop trusting you because you don't allow them to speak. So when these things are going on in their life, they tend to suppress it and hide it from you because you're not open. You're not open-minded enough. You're not open-hearted enough, you know? So these are just certain things we can do to start building a different relationship with our children. And the more we focused on building those relationships with our children, we'll keep the monsters away. We'll keep the monsters away, y'all. So y'all could just try those things. Like I said, shout out to my brother ID for coming through. Shout out to everybody in the chat for coming through. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if y'all haven't subscribed yet. As always, I'm your host, DS1ROSS. Y'all just tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Sheep stay sleep, wise ones awoke. Peace out, y'all.